All right, everyone, welcome back to another video. I am Jeff Newman, accompanied here by Camden, and this week we got another video for you. So this week we're going to be doing a presentation, and this one is going to be all about my daily routine, my clients' daily routine, basically how busy parents are able to arrange their schedules and stay fit and healthy, even when they are working full time, running their kids around, watching their kids, cooking meals, all these different things, all these different responsibilities that busy parents have. How are they able to stay fit? How are some parents able to stay fit while some parents may struggle to prioritize their health? So we're going to dive into today. It's going to be a really fun presentation for me because I'm going to be talking about my daily routine, my clients' daily routine, and some of the things that are helping them out that will hopefully help you. So I'm going to share my screen to my presentation today here. And give me one second. Slideshow, play from start. All right, here we go. So my daily routine, how busy parents are staying fit. Just like I said, why are some parents succeeding with this and why are some parents struggling? We're going to cover a lot of topics on this today, and hopefully you can have some takeaways from today's presentation. So obviously life can be crazy. I am filming this like I do on every Tuesday, every week with Camden here. Life can be crazy. We're juggling so many things as busy parents. I run my own business. I watch the kids when my wife is at work some days. I am in and out of the house training people in person while also getting people trained online as well, setting up their workouts and nutrition plans and things like that. So I am super busy. A lot of other parents that I work with are super busy. They are working full time. Maybe they have to go to the office 40 hours a week. Maybe they're still juggling their kids. So fitness can be pushed aside pretty easily because we have so many other things that do take responsibility and they take precedent over getting a workout in sometimes, like taking your kids to school. Like you're not going to say, no, I can't take you to school because I have to work out. It's being able to try to juggle both. And if you can't, or if you struggle with that, obviously then your health suffers because you're not able to work out, you're not able to prioritize your nutrition, so your health takes a hit. So how are some parents able to manage their health while others are not? All right, so let's dive in. We're going to be covering my daily schedule like I'm about to do right now, along with some workouts and nutrition tips and daily habits as well. So let's dive in. This is a sample schedule. My schedule kind of changes almost every single day, but this is a sample schedule that I have right here. So you can take a look at it. It's packed full of stuff between waking up. I work out first thing, basically around 6 a.m. Then the kids wake up around 7. We do breakfast around 8. We do daycare drop off. Then, like today, I'm working online a lot today, as well as coaching in person. And I've got to take this little one with me. So that makes for a busy day. We have lunch around 1:30. We pick up Peyton from daycare around 4:30. Then I'm coaching a couple classes tonight between 5 and 7. We do a late dinner tonight, and then we get bedtime routine going for the kids, and then we're getting in bed. So today is a go, go, go day. There is not much room for error here, which is why you're going to see that second thing on this list, on this schedule, is working out, because that's the only time I can really prioritize it. It's really hard for me to try to prioritize it during the day, even if I am working at home, because I've got Camden, depends on her nap schedule. Depends if she'll even nap or, between lunchtime and my clients and different things. So it's just easier for me to wake up early and get it out of the way because I know that's uninterrupted time right there. So that's my example of my daily schedule right here. And honestly, this is a lot of my clients too. They get their workouts done at like 6 or 6:30 in the morning for, 30, 45 minutes because that's the most uninterrupted time that they're going to have all day. So in terms of a workout schedule, the way that I like to work with my clients is we try to work backwards when you set your schedule, meaning that we set aside the non-negotiable times first, kind of like I was talking about at the start. Like, what are the non-negotiables? Obviously, if you work a time schedule, if it's like 8 to 5 or something like that, that's out of it. Cross that out of your schedule. Like, literally write this out in your schedule and cross those times out. Or if you have to take the kids to school at 8 a.m., obviously that time is out. Or if you have to pick them up or take them to sports, anything like that, where you can't be like, no, I'm going to work out, then cross that time off your list. And then that's your remaining time that you have to work out. And I'm going to guess that for most of us, if you're a parent watching this, it's going to be mornings and weekends that are a little bit more open. Now, even weekends can get busy if your kids have sports or just different things, but there tends to be a little bit more open time on Saturdays and Sundays. Like I said, with my schedule, early mornings work best for my workouts. Like I do, I include strength training, circuits, high intensity stuff like that. So, like I was talking about, weekdays, it might look like this: 8 a.m. You drop off your kids. 8 to 5, you're working. 5 to 7 p.m. You do kids sports. So, what are the windows that you actually have time to work out? Is it early morning or is it late at night? It's basically your options right there. And if that's your only options, and if you are someone who wants to prioritize their health, then that's your only option. Like I hate to say this, but it's like it's something that you got to get past where if that's your only option between working out and not working out, then you got to get over it and you got to settle for that's your option for working out. It could be at home for 20 minutes at 6 a.m. But if, and I don't care if that's your only option, that's going to be the better option than doing nothing. Okay. And then weekends, same thing. Separate those times and work backwards in your schedule to set those times. So for my clients, some things that work for them, the more routine, the better. Meaning, like the more of the same days every week that they can work out at the same time, the more consistent that they're going to be. Now, this also means this preaches towards what I was saying before. Like, if you only have time to work out at 6 a.m., you better adjust your bedtime and sleep schedule too. Because if you're going to bed right now around midnight, there's no way in hell you're going to be waking up 3, 4 days a week at 5:30 a.m. ready to work out. You got to get in bed by like 9 or 10 o'clock, get your 7 hours of sleep or so. So then you can actually wake up and actually work out. Okay. Now, one way to also do this, because a lot of people might, parents sometimes like lack motivation, it can fade. So some things I do with my clients is like track your consistency. Can you set a goal instead of setting a goal for like losing 5 or 10 pounds? Can you set a goal of working out 10 days out of the month? Something like that, where it's a little bit more actionable items instead of banking on you losing 5 or 10 pounds or something like that. And you got to change your mindset, right? Like I was saying, if that's your only option, that's your only option. There's no other option that includes, oh, I can't work out. It's, I have to work out at 6 a.m. because this is the only time. So you really got to change your mindset and become that person who is working out, become that person who is reaching their goals, those goals that you set for yourself. And then having accountability obviously works for my clients. Like, it's really tough to do on your own, but if you have someone holding you accountable, have someone creating a program for you, have someone checking in with you, makes it a lot easier. So that's the workout side of things. Let's dive into the next topic, which is nutrition. As I get some of my caffeine here. All right. So for parents, convenience is key. This actually goes for most people. The more convenient, the easier. That's why, so many people settle for burritos because it's so easy to drop $8, get a huge burrito, and it's super convenient and delicious. But we're not going to do that. So convenience is key. So things like pre-made meals, either through meal prep or pre-bought meals that are healthy options, those are key. For myself, microwavable rice or veggies are super convenient in our household because I can pop them in the microwave for a minute or two and they're ready to go. And then having weekly go-to meals. For myself, we'll dive into like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but I basically eat almost the exact same thing with a few minor tweaks every single week. That could be switching out a protein, like a meat, switching out a dressing or a sauce, or switching out a couple different flavors to just change the flavor profile, but using basically the same core ingredients. Obviously, we want to have good quality food, but we want to keep it pretty basic. We don't want to be cooking every single night for an hour, some extravagant dish. We need something fast. We need it basic. And quantity. Obviously, eating the right amounts is key to getting the results that we want. So this is roughly my daily nutrition. It's not going to be exact, but this is pretty close right here. So breakfast, I almost have the same breakfast every single day. I'm getting about 500, 600 calories. I'm getting over 50 grams of protein. I know this is a lot for a lot of you out there. So I would say like aim for like 30 grams of protein for your breakfast though. Start there and you can always bump up. But basically we have 2 eggs almost every single morning. Oh, hey, sweetheart. I'll read this right after. 2 eggs every single morning. Most mornings I throw on 3 ounces of about cooked sweet potato. And then I also have a serving of Greek yogurt, which is about 3/4 of a cup with some berries. And then I will do a protein shake as well because most of the time in the mornings I have already worked out. So I like to get that protein shake and get a high protein breakfast in right there. So that's going to start my day off right. I feel great. I'm not even hungry until lunchtime. And if you remember my daily schedule, I don't have lunch until like 1:30. So I'm pretty good until then. My lunch, again, it's kind of the same base, and I switch out a couple of things. It's some sort of salad. I do a base of greens like spinach or kale or romaine lettuce, and then I throw on a protein, whether it's chicken or beef or fish or whatever it is. usually some sort of bean like garbanzo beans or black beans. And then a carb sometimes with like rice or quinoa or even sweet potatoes again. And then my dressing, my go-to dressing that I've passed along to so many people. It's so basic and easy. Olive oil, balsamic vinegar, Dijon mustard. Mix that together, pour it on top. It is delicious. I love this. And you can change this up so easily by adding different things like, maybe it's beets or artichoke hearts or olives. And like you can change different flavors and certain ingredients and keep that dressing the same. And it's so good and so easy. And it gets a lot of protein and it gets your greens and fiber in as well. Dinners, we switch out a lot. We have some of our go-tos, like we like to do a taco bowl on Tuesday. We like to try to do like fish once a week. But basically, my dinner is kind of the same thing. It's a protein, again, a meat, a veggie, a carb, maybe some melt some cheese on top, and then some sort of sauce. There's a bunch of different sauces out there, especially like Greek yogurt based sauces for extra high protein. Or honestly, something simple like soy sauce and a little sesame oil, something like that. Super good, super tasty. Sriracha or another hot sauce as well. So good. Snacks, I like to have a few pretty big snacks for myself. So I'll do like a protein bar or a serving of cottage cheese, as well as a piece of fruit. And then sometimes if I need something sweet, something like some dark chocolate. And then dessert. I love my sweets for those who know me, but I do a flavored Greek yogurt, oikos, with some berries on top. That's all I need. That's perfect right there. And that's basically my days right there. Honestly, I'm pretty routine when it comes to this stuff. Like I said, you can switch out a couple things and make this different, but that's my daily routine right there with my nutrition. Now, some of the common mistakes that I see with that are made with nutrition by parents. Number one is not having breakfast at all. I know some of you say, like, I'm not hungry in the morning. I don't have breakfast. That's fine. For some of you, that works and that's totally fine. But some of the problems that I see with people who skip breakfast are they are starving by lunchtime and they end up overeating the rest of the day and they get behind on their protein goal. And if you know anything about me with my clients, most of the time I'm upping your protein to be a little bit higher. And if you're skipping a whole meal, then it's really hard to hit that protein goal sometimes. Okay. Number two, I see a lot of parents doing like a pre-made salad or something like that, which comes to like 300 calories. And if you're trying to eat like 1,800 calories, which most people should be around there, maybe a little bit, give or take a little bit, 300 calories is nothing. So, like, don't expect to be full from that. And that could lead to other things, which leads into number three, which is the excess snacking. But get a lot more for your lunch. Get those calories in. If you have no idea how many calories you should be eating, this is something that you should look into. Doesn't mean you have to track every day or anything, but you should just be aware of how many calories you should eat based on actual calculations and not just something generic or not even like an app. Like actually plug into Google calorie calculation, and then you can divide that by 3 meals, and bam, that's what you should be aiming for your lunch. Yeah, that leads to the next one, excess calorie snacking. I have clients who literally will come to me, and when we break it down, they're eating over like 1,000 calories in snacks. And this could be like mindless snacking too, on trail mix, on nuts, on cheddar bunnies, on kids snacks, all these different things, and they add up to like 1,000 calories. And this kind of goes along with like they don't eat breakfast, they eat a tiny ass lunch, and then they're snacking all day and they get no nutrition, they get no protein. Sure, they're getting some calories to like have some energy, but it's really not much and it's coming from the wrong sources. So that's something I see. And then one last thing I see a lot of is people under eating most days. Maybe it's like Monday through Thursday, they're like severely under eating, like 1,100, 1,200 calories. And then they'll have like 3 or 4 days out of the week where they completely go the other way and completely overeat, and they're just unaware of it. So there's no consistency there, which means the results are going to be random and you're just not going to get the best results. So those are some of the common mistakes I see parents make with their nutrition. So if this sounds like something that you're doing, it's time to kind of change that up. And finally, the last thing I want to present is just some daily habits that help me in my daily life stay consistent on top of everything that we've talked about. And these also help my clients out too. So, number one, 30 ounces of water before coffee. Yes, 30 ounces of water before you have a sip of coffee. Get yourself hydrated. You are waking up in that morning and you haven't had water for 8+ hours, most likely. So, get some water in. You're dehydrated and you need to wake up. That's the perfect way to wake up. Yeah, do that. Number two, 30 grams of protein breakfast minimum. So have some ideas, get that breakfast in, get your protein in, and especially high protein. Number three, make sure there's protein made for lunch. That helps me out because I know that if I'm super busy, I don't have time to cook. Even if I do work from home some days, I don't have time to cook protein at lunch. So having something ready to go always helps me. Number four, meal prep anything I need for the next day. Again, taking a look at your schedule, knowing how busy you're going to be, and making sure you have your meals set up and ready to go. And number five, having convenient options ready. Always keeping something like microwavable veggies or rice in the fridge, protein bars for like that quick meal or that quick snack or something sweet when you're really craving something. But having some sort of convenient options ready to go in your household will help a ton. And lastly, a little plug for myself here, but if you need help getting started, if you're struggling with this, if you've enjoyed this presentation, there should be a link in the description of this video to book a 15-minute call for me. It's not a sales call or anything. It's just a connection call where I like to talk through your schedule, everything we talked about on this call, setting up a schedule for you, looking at what workouts would be best for you, looking at like calories and nutrition and protein and things like that for you. And obviously looking at like the daily habits that'll help you out the most. If you're a busy parent, whether you're a busy parent or not, I can help you. But if you're a busy parent, there are definitely some keys that can help you out and some daily habits that can help you out. And I can just help point you in the right direction. All right. So book a 15-minute call with me. I'd love to help you out any way I can and provide some value for you. So the description or the link should be in the description here. If you don't see it for some reason, reach out to me if you have any way. And that's all I got for you today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. This was kind of a fun one for me because I like talking about this stuff. I like that, like reverse engineering your schedule to fit time for workouts and nutrition because we all got the same 24 hours. It's just what you do with it, right? All right, guys. Well, from me and Camden, thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying this episode, and I'll see you for the next one.